you only have a resistor, as long as the current is flowing through the resistor, there will be a voltage across the load, and if the current is not flowing through the resistor, there won't be any voltage. But if we put a capacitor across it, even if the current which is given to the load is cut off, the capacitor will always give a particular current to the resistor, so that the load voltage doesn't drop suddenly. If this is the input voltage is DC, it's always constant. And this is the switching frequency of the switch we used. And if this length is T1, if this length is this time is T1 and this time is T2, the whole time is called the time period, is the cycle period, and T1 by T2, T1 plus T2 is called the duty ratio. T1 by the total cycle time is called the duty ratio. In ordinary applications, what happens is the output voltage level is equal to the duty ratio times the input voltage. That is, the duty. What can be the maximum duty ratio? Assume T1 is 1 second and T2 is 2 seconds. What will be the duty ratio? It's 1 by 3, it's 0.33. Assume T1 is 10 and T2 is 1. Still what it is 10 by 11. So the maximum duty ratio we can get is 1. It's not achievable, but we can still get it by making T2 0. Then there's no need for the switch then, but even then we call it a duty ratio of 1. So the range of the duty ratio is from 0 to 1. So what is the range of this output voltage? It can vary from 0 volts to the V input. So it's always less than the input voltage. That works as a buck converter. Now we'll see okay, the position of the load is always constant. The load, if there is no load over here, then this circuit doesn't have any meaning. So the load is always kept constant here. What are the three different other parts of this? The switch, a storage device, and a diode. What storage device did we use? Inductor. And switch we use we generally use a MOSFET, and because it's much simpler to use a MOSFET in many applications. Whenever we need a pulse, we just give a pulse. Whatever the pulse we give it due to the gate of the MOSFET, we get the corresponding switching operations from the MOSFET. So we use the MOSFET as the switching device. So we'll do a small activity now, in which we interchange the positions of this three in the circuit, and we'll see what type of circuit will form. Will it be a buck, a boost, or a cut, or it may sometimes happen that the circuit doesn't work. What is the basic purpose of an amplifier? The input source drives the output source by changing the voltage. But if it doesn't drive the output source or output load, then there's no meaning for the circuit. It may sometimes happen that our configuration doesn't work and it doesn't give the output any energy. So that circuit doesn't work. So we'll see what are the different types of possibilities. If we have three different 1, 2, three different elements and to be positioned in three different parts, we get 6 different combinations, and we'll see what are the types of combinations we get. I have 6 switches. 6 diodes and 6 inductors. I would say one configuration I had already dealt with. It was the buck converter configuration. So I'm going to draw it over here. And so that if I do the first part, then it will be easy for you all to do the next part. What you need to do is take some sellotape, put the different parts, take a combination of 1 each and put in different parts, and just see what you can get. Is it a buck, is it a boost, or is it a buck boost? I'll draw how many are there? 5. I'll draw 5 different parts and one over here. I have drawn 5 different circuits. You need to put in the 3 components I have given to you in different parts, empty spaces.